Well, praise the Lord. Here we go. Look at all them parts that have miraculously transpired back to the tractor. Well, I'm prepared to put this thing back together. What I've done since you've been away is went ahead and bolted the pump on. I checked the pressure relief valve, which is right up underneath here. It's a 1-inch cover. Take a 1-inch wrench and pull it off, and just make sure everything is not rusted and nasty and the springs aren't broken and all that good stuff. And just put it right back together. You know, I'm going to do the same thing. If I'm coming across it, I'll check it, because once you get the tractor apart this far, you may as well fix what's broke. So I've got the throwout bearing and the actuator mounted on this side, and this is how you adjust it. This is adjusting cam. This rides right on that. I don't know if you can even see it, but once I get it together, I'll fiddle it and put it in place. One thing that I've done is I've taken a piece of wire and I have taken the clutch actuation device, that little clevis, and I wired that up, because this, if you don't wire it up, it'll be laying down right here. It'll keep you from getting the tractor together, because this rests against the front of this transmission cover. So if you don't wire that up and get it out of your way, it'll cause you an issue, and you won't be able to get your, if you do get the tractor together, you won't be able to get your clutch actuator back where you want it to be. I've cleaned everything up. This is what goes on the back of your engine, on the back of your clutch. So I've put a little never seize on there so that doesn't get rusty and nasty ever. And I've got this thing pretty much ready to go. One thing that I'm doing is I'm changing out, I've made new lines for the hydraulic lines, because these are not very fun. In order to get this line in and out, you got to go through this hole to tighten that bolt, and it doesn't line up. It's not right. It's in a precarious position. So this line has to go in here and up through this hole, just like that. So I've made it to where I can come in here and put the line in second hand, and then get that, it's going to be just about like that, and then get that bolt in there, which is always a lot of fun. Just a real pain in the booty. So what I've done is I've put grease here, and I've greased this up so it goes together easier, because I'm going to have to reach inside that hole and put this together. You've seen how I put it together. But the way that the factory does it is you've got two flare fittings that'll go up in that tractor, and this sits right in there like that, and it goes all the way down in. So you got to get up in that flare, and there's no way to get it. There's just no way to get to it. It is not fun at all. So I'm going to try to do it the other way around, basically. And I've made this longer, and I'll just put a compression fitting on that. Make sure you get a good quality compression fitting. One that is going to withstand the pressure. The pressure rating on this is like 6,000 PSI. The tractor produces 2,500. So you do the math. Should be fine. Another thing that I've done is this area right here is just hard to get to. You've got that hydraulic unit here that's just precarious and heavy and blah blah blah. So I've taken the throttle body, the throttle control apart. I'm taking the carburetor off so I can take this cowling and just jack it all the way up and completely out of the way, as far out of the way as I can get it, so I can actually work on the stuff. That's what's one thing about these 2010s. They're great tractors. They're just not a whole lot of fun to work on, you know, because the way everything is just so compact and tight, and you know. So anyway, let's shove a tractor together. What do you think? So what I'm going to do is I guess I'll start pushing these dudes closer together. Turn these wheels around. Get stuff out of my way. And now you can see where that's not lined up anymore. So I'll have to do some looking. It's best if you can keep this thing perfectly lined up, but you got to move things around to get to them, and as you can see, and all that good stuff. It's looking pretty lined up. Should have my steel-toed boots on. Everything's easier when you have a bunch of people helping you. But that hardly ever happens. I'll have to find where that bolt goes. There. Looks like we're going right in the right direction. We're getting close, ain't we? I'm going to keep on trying to get in your way. Well, don't know if you can see, but I'm trying to make sure I can see. So now, I'm going to try to get me a clamp or a come-along jack or something that I can push this together a lot better. And if you look at it, it's starting to look like a tractor. Insane. That is awesome. That is awesome. All right, well, praise the Lord. I'm going to come back after a little bit, and I'll talk to you soon.